Tonight's story is a cautionary one to all you husbands out there. I was never a believer in paranormal activity. My wife was always watching movies, documentaries, and YouTube videos and talking about her own experiences, but I brushed them off as her hobby. I figured she wasn't harming anyone with her stories, so I would just listen and nod. But now I believe, because the following is a personal encounter that I will never forget. It was Thanksgiving week, and I was up at my buddy's hunting cabin for opening deer season. We were indulging in a few adult beverages and catching up on life since our last guys' night out. My buddy Tyler shared an incident that happened to him the previous evening. He said the night before the rest of us arrived at his family cabin, he was lying in bed, setting alarms for the next morning, when he heard a loud knock that he said sounded like it came from the closet. He chalked it up to something falling off the shelf and went back to bed. Then at around 2 a.m., he said he got up to use the restroom, and the bathroom light was turning on, then off, then on again. He swore it was something paranormal happening, but we all laughed it off. When it was time for me to turn in for the night, I washed up and hopped into bed, hoping to fall asleep quickly, because we were going to be up and out to our stands by 4 a.m. But as I was trying to fall asleep, I kept hearing footsteps in the room above me. I figure that must be Tyler shuffling around. I finally drifted off to sleep, but not for long. I was woken up what felt like 20 minutes later to a knock on my door. I figured one of the guys needed to borrow a charger or something, so I sauntered over to the door, flung it open, and started to crack a joke. But I went silent when I realized no one was there. I instantly thought, Tyler is going to pay for this. He thinks he's some prank master. I shut the door, hopped back into bed, and heard movement upstairs. Knowing it was him getting back to his room, probably laughing to himself, I text him, I hear you up there. You think you're slick, don't you? I put my phone down and drifted off to sleep. A few hours later, somewhere around 2 a.m., I woke up freezing. Even though I was under the covers, it felt like it could snow in my room. It was that cold. I got up, grabbed my heavy hoodie, climbed back under the covers, and started to grab for my phone to check the time, when I felt a pressure on my wrist, as if someone was holding me back from picking up my phone. Whatever was touching me was super cold and forceful. I let out a not too manly scream, scooped up my phone, and ran out to the main living room. That's when I noticed Tyler, sitting up on the couch in front of the TV looking disheveled. Yo, Mark, what was that scream all about? You scared the crap out of me. Wait, so you've been out here the whole time? And nice try trying to scare me earlier with that knock and run, bro, I added. I don't know who knocked on your door, bro, but I fell asleep. Right here, watching the replay of tonight's Packer game, Tyler said. Well then, it must have been one of the other guys thinking they were funny, I added with a light chuckle. I wasn't going to let Tyler know what I had just experienced. I didn't want to hear the I told you so that was surely to follow. The rest of the weekend, each night, there was something. Unexplained footsteps, knocking sounds. One night, even a loud scraping noise, as if a ghost was rearranging the room above me, which, by the way, wasn't even Tyler's room. It was empty. However, because we're a group of alpha males, none of us mentioned any occurrences the entire trip, including myself. When I got home, I admitted it to my wife. And now, we watch all the paranormal shows and listen to podcasts together. I now firmly believe that entities exist, and I will never laugh at my wife's experiences again. Well, Mark, I hope Tyler isn't listening, because I didn't change the names in this story. I'm also not going to tell you told you so, because I'm sure your wife has done that many times. But she told you so. And with that, friends, don't forget to subscribe. Give the video a thumbs up. I know I sound like a broken record, but those two things can help us get out of the YouTube dungeon. See you tomorrow, friends.